Hi everyone, my name's George. I've just got back from holiday or vacation if you're from the States, and I just wanted to give you an update on my 3 home aquascapes. Now I've got to say I'm a little bit embarrassed about a couple of them. They have been neglected during the holidays. The fish have been fed on the last holiday, so in fact the fish are really super healthy, so that's great. But the plants, and there's some algae and stuff, and I just wanted to talk you through some of the problems and what I should do about them, whether I should remedy them or should I start from scratch and re-aquascape them. So let me know in the comments below what you think I should do. Always interested to know your thoughts. Here we have my Aquascape 600. There is quite a few videos of this now on my channel, so I'll leave a link in the description and I'll create a separate playlist. So if you want to see the whole kind of evolution of this aquascape, then do check out that playlist. So as you can see, the roots of the Amazon frog bit there are just absolutely crazy, but the fish absolutely love it. The roots themselves, they produce loads of oxygen, loads of shelter for the fish, and extracts loads of nutrients and harmful toxins from the water. So in terms of a healthy aquarium system, they're a great thing, but from an aesthetic point of view, maybe not so good. So a couple of options here. What do I do? Do I just thin out the plants and keep the scape going, or do I use it as an opportunity to create something brand new, maybe something a bit more planted? You know, I'm a big fan of heavily planted aquariums, and I mean plants actually kind of in the aquarium rather than floating. My heart is saying new scape for sure. I've got a few ideas. Check out this apistogramma there on the right, a male, beautiful. There's actually a female in there as well. She's a lot smaller. I don't think they've actually paired off, which is unfortunate. I would have liked to maybe have had a go at breeding these, but unfortunately they don't seem to be that attracted to each other. We've got some beautiful glow light tetras in there. You can see one there just on the right. It's actually quite hard to see the fish because the density of the plant roots is so high. I've got some beautiful botanicals in here. These are provided from Tannin Aquatics via my friend James Sheen from Blackwater UK, so do check them out. And the whole kind of vibe of the Blackwater aquascape is really quite different to the kind of usual kind of nature aquarium aquascape that I usually create. You know, it's a lot more kind of subtle, it's a lot more kind of naturalistic, if you like, and you're really relying on, you know, the fish and the hardscape more than the plants themselves to create the aesthetic impact. But I really like it, but I must admit, guys, I am getting a little bit bored with it. There's not much evolution in terms of the aesthetics. Admittedly, the plants, as you can see, the Amazon frog bit is going crazy, so you do see that growth, but it's not really adding, in my opinion, much aesthetic value. But let me know what you guys think. We've got a pair of Bolivian rams in there as well. I say a pair, there's 2 males. They do get on quite well. I did think, oh, 2 males. Oh, Barry's out. Yes. Now this is a surprise. I haven't seen Barry in over a month. There he is. Let's get a close up if I can. I'm on the iPhone 7, so it's not the best quality, but this is an opportunity for me maybe to get my big camera out. Let's do a digital zoom in. Sorry about the quality, guys, but there's Barry. I do have a flash plec in here as well. He does have a standard spot, which I can't film because it's so dark. But he is doing well. Now the good thing about kind of, if you're really into low maintenance, these kind of scapes are good because you can just kind of neglect them almost. Feed the fish, obviously, you know, do your water changes, etc. But you can deliberately leave the hardscape, you know, to get algae on it, and it kind of adds to this kind of naturalistic effect. You know, it's not to some people's taste, but a lot of people do absolutely love it. So I just want to show you the density of the Amazon frog bit on top. Look at that. Just get the exposure right for you. It's just absolutely every square inch is covered with this Amazon frog bit. And this started off as just one pot of the Tropica 1-2 grow. So it just shows with a little bit of patience, you can, honestly, you can get this. Got a fun fact for you. When I was a young lad, I was in a friend's garden and they had a pond and it was absolutely covered in Lemna minor, which is duckweed, and they had a really kind of neat lawn. And I was running along the garden and I just didn't notice this pond was absolutely covered in duckweed, and I just ran straight into the pond because I just assumed it was the grass. I obviously got very wet and disturbed the goldfish. Moving on to my non-CO2 injected budget escape. Now there is a playlist dedicated to this aquascape as well, so I'll leave a link in the description. So do check that out if you want to see the complete evolution of this tank. Now this is the most embarrassing scape in the house right now. I've got all sorts of crazy algae going on. The carpeting plants are really struggling. Loads of algae on the glass, loads of algae on the rocks. I did take the wood out. I just wanted to kind of evolve the 1200 scape, which I'll show you later. But yeah, not particularly proud of this one, guys, I must admit. And I just kind of, you know, I was in two minds whether to show you this scape or not, because, you know, as a professional aquascaper, people expect a certain standard from the aquascapes that I create, but also wanted to balance that with a sense of reality. You know, I do live a normal life. You know, I have been on vacation or holiday with the family, you know, and I need to do that. And sometimes things, you know, slip, and if you don't, you know, do the maintenance and keep on top of things, then this is the consequence. So I just wanted to, you know, kind of hopefully reassure you guys that, you know, no one's perfect, and, you know, aquascapes need maintaining, no matter who you are and no matter the system that you do have. And this is the consequence if you don't maintain it. So I guess my question to you guys is what should I do? Should I try and rescue it, or should I completely re-scape it? Now, if I did re-scape it, I do want to keep it low budget. You know, I'm not gonna upgrade the lighting. I'm not gonna inject CO2. I'm not gonna change the substrate. I'll keep the soil in there because that's a fairly big investment with the soil. I will say the fish are really healthy, although they are hiding right now at the back. I do have some beautiful green neon tetras. You might just be able to catch them there at the bottom of the screen. They're a bit shy right now. I've got a couple of dwarf chain loaches in there, although they don't seem to be touching the snails, unfortunately. So yeah, what should I do, guys? I think I am going to re-scape this, but I'm really interested to know what kind of scape I should do. Should I do a bit more of minimalist layout, or should I stick with crypts? Should I use stem plants? Should I change the fish over? You know, let me know, guys, what you'd like to see in this scape. It's 60 centimeters long. It holds about 50-60 litres, so there is room for quite a few stocking options. So let me know. Now this is the scape that is looking the best. Now it doesn't have any equipment fitted right now apart from the lighting. I am using it to create some video content, so that's why it is situated where it is. I've been, like I say, using it for videos. I've been sitting behind it. It's only about a week, maybe 2 weeks since I scaped it. No signs of any algae. I've only done one water change in those 2 weeks. And you know what, guys? I have to say, I think one of the secrets of success, if you like, about this scape is the use of the TwinStar M5. Now, I have used the TwinStar on here. It's not fitted right now. I will do a complete review / video on the TwinStar M5 because I think it's worth it, and a lot of questions are being asked about these TwinStar sterilizer devices. But the fact that I've only done one water change in 2 weeks in a brand new setup running relatively high light. This is a TwinStar 300E, which is at least 20 watts, I think, over only a 27 litre aquarium, or what's that, 7 8 gallons. It's a lot of light, and you know, there's no algae. I've not cleaned it, I've not even cleaned the glass, and there's absolutely no algae in there. Now, it's anecdotal evidence that the Twin Star M5 has been keeping the algae away, but I think the evidence is quite strong, because you know, I've scaped a lot of tanks in the last 15 years, and I know for a fact if I didn't do a water change, if I didn't do frequent water changes in such a small tank with such a lot of light, then I would be punished with algae. And there's no algae, and there's really nice plant growth. So there we go, some anecdotal evidence that the Twin Star M5 is a useful product at preventing algae, I would say. Do you guys run a Twin Star M5 or a Twin Star Nano Plus, or any kind of algae sterilising system which kind of relies on electrolysis? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Is there something else at play that's preventing the algae? There's no algae eaters in here, there's no livestock, just loads of lights. I was running a small internal filter. I'm running the Aquario Neo CO2 as well, although that's not fitted. There's no equipment fitted on here. Like I said, I'm just doing it for a video shoot. So here we are, my favourite scape in my house right now, the Aquascape 1200. It's looking okay. There is loads of algae on the glass, that's why it's looking a little bit kind of dirty. The water's got a little bit of a brown tinge to it. I think it's just the organics just building up. The fish are healthy though, the plants are healthy. There's not much algae on the plants themselves, which is a good sign. And I just love this scape. It's been running, what, 7-8 months now. And the fish are really happy, the plants are happy, I'm happy. And I'm just going to keep this running for as long as I can, because it is really low maintenance. It's just a joy to kind of keep. I'm running the Twin Star A360 WE Tuna Suns, running these at 50% power, 50% colour. I'm only running one filter at the moment, and a bit embarrassing. Look at the state of the glassware there, needs a good clean. I am anticipating a few dislikes on this video, guys, you know, but I make no apologies. You know, I need a holiday. I need to take a break away from work, you know, and actually maintaining these tanks is kind of work for me. You know, I use them for content, I use them for material, so it is important for me to actually take a break. I did have a neighbour, a trusted neighbour, to come over and feed the fish during the last holiday I was on, so you know, there's absolutely no kind of neglect in terms of the fish's welfare, I have to say. And you know, a big maintenance session on this, and this will look amazing again. In fact, I will be doing a video, a complete, you know, really comprehensive update video on this tank. I'll show you how I maintain it. I'll look at the plants in a bit more detail and the livestock for you, so you can look forward to that in a week or so, hopefully. I have got a super busy week ahead. I've got, where am I going? I'm going to Tropica for a few days next week, and then the week after I'm off to Green Aqua in Budapest again. They're probably one of the best aquascaping shops in the world, and I'm hoping I'll have time to sort my tanks out before I go, because otherwise they're going to look really bad. I just wanted to give a shout out to my mum. Okay, this is interesting. So it was my birthday recently, as some of you may know, and I saw my mum a week or so ago, and she got me this for my birthday. Let's get it under the light so you can see it. So it's a tiny little drone, hasn't got a camera on it. Oh, nearly dropped it in the water, that would have been embarrassing. But I love it, and let me know in the comments, guys, have you got drones? What do you think? And yeah, I love flying it. It does go outside. I have nearly had a serious crash with it a couple of times, but managed to keep it in one piece. So yeah, I really fancy one of those Mavic Pros, you know, the ones with like a 4K camera, and you can get some really epic aerial shots, but an unnecessary expense, shall we say, right now. So there we go, guys. That's the Aquascape 1200. Let me know what you think about it. It's probably one of my favourite scapes I've done in a few years, just because it's low maintenance and just nice to look at. It's just a nice part of the furniture. Okay guys, I'm going to sign off now. Let's just take a look outside. Beautiful day here in the UK. It's coming into autumn soon, so just making the most of the nice weather. So thanks so much for watching. Again, let me know in the comments, guys, what you do with the scapes, in particular the Aquascape 600 Blackwater scape and the budget scape. Let me know what kind of aquascapes you'd like to see in there, if you wanted me to do new aquascapes, or do you want me to kind of rectify the problems. Let me know in the comments. Always really appreciate the comments that you leave. I do read all of them, and I try to answer as many questions as I can. That's me for now. You take care, keep on scaping. Cheerio.